Good morning, class. Today I'm going to be sharing with you an anchor chart that we make with the whole class. It is kind of a how do I anchor chart. It's common questions that we get from students about fractions. So let's label this page, how do I? And we're going to call it the fraction addition, okay? Because as teachers, right here at the beginning of the year, we get the same questions over and over and over and over again about these fourth grade skills that you guys just kind of need reminding about. Okay, so I'm going to take my pen and I'm going to divide the page in half. And you're going to want to take these notes in your math notebook, okay? Create a math notebook if you're one of my 100% virtual learners. If you are on your off week and you're an A or a B kid, you need to take out your math journal and take these notes down so that you have them to refer back to. All right, the first question that we get, Miss Ross, how do I compare fractions? Okay, how do I compare? Well, the easiest way is if you use the method that you learned in the third grade. In the third grade, you learned to cross multiply. Some of you might remember this as a bottoms up method. Some of you might remember this as the butterfly method. I've heard of all kinds of ways to compare fractions. Okay, so let's say you've got 5/8 and 3/4, and you want to know which one is bigger. Well, first thing you're going to do, and you're going to say to yourself, well, they're both more than half, because 4/8 would be half, and that's bigger, and 2/4 would be half, so that's bigger than half. So they're both bigger than half. Sometimes if one is more than half and one is less than half, you can figure it out easily. Okay, but since they're both larger than half, our next step is to cross multiply. So I like to call this the bottoms up method. Start from the bottom and multiply across the top. So go like this. Go from the bottom to the top. Okay, so 8 times 3, you can write it up here, is 24. Same thing on this side. Start from the bottom, go to the top. 4 times 5 is 20. So look at these two numbers. Whichever one is bigger, that fraction is bigger. So the answer is this is larger, because this is what the alligator would eat. So 5/8 is less than 3/4. Okay, so this is, I'm going to write up here, cross multiply. If you have to, do that first. Multiply. Let me give it a T and an I. There we go. All right, cross multiply. All right, next question that we get all the time. Teacher, 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 how do I simplify? All right, how do I simplify? Let's write that right up here. How do I simplify? Simplify means to make it have smaller numbers. How do I simplify? All right, so if you're looking at how to simplify, you need to, I'm going to show you some, well, I'm going to show you one first that's very simple. If you have 3/6, okay, if you have 3/6, if the numerator can divide to the denominator, do that. So you can take this, you can divide the top and the bottom by 3, and you get 1/2. Okay, now that doesn't work all the time, but let's write that over here. If the top can divide into the bottom, do it. Okay. All right, that's the easiest way. That's step 1. All right. However, step 1 usually does not work. Okay, usually does not work. That only works, if you're if you're lucky, okay? What'll usually happen is we'll give you a fraction like 8/12 to simplify, okay? Well, will 8 divide into 12? No, it will not. So now what do? Okay, I'm gonna slide this in so you can see it better. Okay, so 8 won't divide into 12. So what do I do now? Well, what you have to do is you have to take the top number and list out its factors. The factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. Okay? Then you can list out the factors of 12. The factors of 12 are 1, 3, 4, 6, 12, and I left out 2, and 2. All right? Then you have to ask yourself, what is the largest number that is in both lists? Well, the largest number in both lists is 4. So that is the number that you can divide by to simplify. So if I've got 8/12, I can divide the top and the bottom by 4 to get 2/3. Here, let's try another one. Let's do 9/15. Say I've got 9/15. All right, list out the factors of 9. Well, that's easy. The factors of 9 are 1, 3, and 9. Because 1 times 9 is 9 and 3 times 3 is 9. Factors of 15. Well, I know I've got 1 and 15 and then 3 and 5, right? All right, so there we are again. Now ask yourself, what is the largest number that appears in both lists? And there you are. So 9/15. Divide it by 3. 9/15. Divide the top and divide the bottom by 3. To simplify, you always divide the top and the bottom by the same number. So you get 3/5. And there is your simplified fraction. Okay, now we're going to move on down to the next section. Miss Ross, how do I? All right, so we're going to go down to the next section, and the next section is going to be, how do I go from an improper to a mixed number? Improper to mixed. Okay. So you're going from an improper fraction to a mixed number. Improper fractions are those fractions where you have the big number on the top, and mixed numbers are the ones where you have a whole number and then a fraction next to it. So we're starting with an improper fraction today. So I want you to write 9/5. Okay. This is definitely improper. It has a big fat head on the top. Okay. I like to tell my students that, that if it's improper because it has a big fat head, it's improper. So you have to fix it, okay? You have to make it, turn it into a mixed number. So what I want you to do is you are going to take the numerator and you're going to divide it by the denominator. So if I have 9 and I divide it by 5, 5 divides into 9, it will go in there one time, because 2 times would be 10, and that's too many. Then multiply back. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, you get a 4. Now, this is your whole number, and this is what's left out of 5. But a trick that I can teach you is to start at the top and go around the clock. So start at the top and go around the clock, just like the hands of a clock would do. So that makes it 1, that's starting at the top, and 4 out of 5. Start at the top and go around the clock. So 9/5 is equal to 1 4/5. Let's do another one. All right, so let's say you've got, let's say 6/4. Let's do 6/5. 6/5. Okay, so it's an improper fraction. It has a gigantic head, big head. So you're going to take the numerator and you're going to divide it by the denominator. How many 5s are there in 6? There are 1. 1 times 5 is 5. Subtract, you get 1 left over. And then as I said before, start at the top, go around the clock. So that is 1 1/5. Okay? And that is how you turn an improper fraction into a mixed number. Well, what if I ask you to go the other way? What if I ask you to change a fraction from from mixed, write that down, sorry about that, mixed to improper? And sometimes we might, because especially when you're typing answers in the computer, they're going to want them recorded as improper fractions, okay? So when you have to go from mixed to improper, I want you to get mad at it. So I'm going to write M-A-D in big letters, and I'm going to get mad. I'm going to put some angry eyeballs on this thing. Here's my angry eyeballs. I'm mad. Urgh. Okay. Mad means multiply, then add, then put it over the denominator. The good thing is you don't have to change the denominator on this. Okay? So mad means multiply, add, denominator. Miss Ross, what does that mean? I'm going to help you. Okay, so if you've got 4 3/8 as your mixed number, you are going to start at the bottom and you are going to multiply 8 times 4, and then you're going to add the top number. So this is 8 times 4 plus 3. 8 times 4 plus 3. So do that. 8 times 4 is 32, plus 3 is 35. 35. So we multiplied, we added, and all you got to do now is put it over the same denominator. You got mad at it. All right, I'm going to do one more. Okay, if you have, let's do 3 3/5. Okay, so that means that you are going to start at the bottom, multiply here, and add here. So that's going to be 5 times 3 plus 3 equals 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3 is 18, and the denominator stays the same. Okay, I hope this video serves to help you guys when you have those common fraction questions. And these are all 4th grade skills, but we know that sometimes in the fall when you guys, or in the late summer when you come back, that you guys have forgotten them, and that's fine. That's what we're here for. But now you have these notes in your notebook and you can refer back to them anytime you want to. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.